Asgard here, and it's time to talk about the true Batman. The real Batman has nothing on Kisuke Urahara, and he finally reveals his Bankai in the anime here. And also the later part of the episode with Yuhaba, Ichigo, and the emotional moment with Orihime, I was so happy. But yeah, this episode is definitely Kisuke versus Askin, and Askin is great also, and we have the wild card showing up. So let's get into this episode and talk about it. Now, I really liked at the beginning of the episode, Orihime thinking of Ichigo, her determination, and we finally see here in this episode. But before we get to that, we have the main event, Asking him surviving here, which is 48 changes in Reatsu in his wall standing form there, adapting to it, the base with everything in the poison there, having his death ball, the giant one, still confining them inside here. But what I appreciated from him, I really like the way he is, his personality, he just does it for the love of the game. He even says it in this episode when he had the conversation with Urahara. Yeah, loyalty is important, but I just kind of want to do it and see what Yuhaba is going to create. Like everything else, I'm just curious, but I liked Urahara's rebuttal. If you want to see something new, why not do it with your own hand? And we finally get to see more and more of Urahara behind the happy-go-lucky mask that he always has, the playfulness here. Of course, that's still him, but we also see the other side a bit. When he gets serious, he actually gets serious here. And this is why he's so dangerous and scary, just preparing for every possibility. Just prepare for everything, any and all possibilities there. We even see it on the outside when Nell shows up here, but during the fight there and here, Asking just realizing slowly what kind of man Urahara is. But he was actually able to destroy Urahara's eyes there with gift ring, pinpoint accuracy with his death dealing. Yes, he lost. Asking loses in this episode, but he's one of the most broken, most powerful characters in the series with how his ability works, let alone his stats, because he also has very high stats here. But then we have the Bankai. Finally, it feels like we've been waiting forever, and we actually have been waiting forever to see Kisuke's Bankai here. Benihime unleash finally the giant lady there, and his ability to reconstruct things, allowing him to reconstruct his eyes and actually going on the offensive on the back of or on the air there, how he was able to do that, how he was able to move. Remember, they're still in the giant poison ball, all of them there. Awesome having this Bankai. Kind of have reconstruction versus adaptability kind of clashing here, both philosophically and power-wise there between them. And I like the conversation so much here, even bringing Mayuri into it. He might be curious, but he still wouldn't want to see what Yuhaba would create, because he wouldn't be by him. That's a true scientist here. But the fight, taking Asking by surprise here, and him getting frustrated because now it's kind of like a brute force versus brute force fight here, clashing with each other. But while he thought it was brute force versus brute force, Kisuke was playing the long game. He always plays the long game and for every possibility. Because during the fight, he already prepared the win condition, thanks to Asking, kind of giving it away without realizing. You can't escape, right? But he never said impenetrable. That doesn't mean you can't come from the outside in. So Kisuke made a door on the outside. He couldn't use it to get outside, but somebody else could come in. And that's the scary part about Urahara. Holy shit. This allows Grim Joe to come in and tear out Askins' heart here. He healed Grim Joe Urahara just in case they might need him. Why not? Just another tool in the belt to have him here. Just prepare for everything, and then Grimjaw stabs him again just to make sure here. I'm so happy Grimjaw is back. He's one of my favorite characters and one of my favorite Espada. It's always hard for me to choose my favorite Espada. Grimjaw is probably the most prominent. I like Stark quite a lot. Barangan is very important here. Haliber is very hot. I do wish he would get more screen time. We know Ulquiorra, one of the most important for him and Ichigo's dynamic here. Yami sucks. I'll say one thing for sure, Yami sucks. He's the worst. I love Bleach, you guys know me, but goddamn Yami sucks. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked there with this, but while Askin was dying, he says his death is gonna make the death ball intensify more and more. He was keeping a lead on it, even if he wanted. He says he would have done it out of respect there. He can't stop it anymore, or maybe he was bullshitting. He likes to bullshit a lot here, taking quite a big toll on the ones inside here. And then on the outside we see Nell. Damn, one of the 5 possibilities that Kisuke said is actually happening here. She sees the door on the inside. Probably gonna go in, save them. I'm curious how that is going to work, and I'm happy for to see more Nell. Yeah, always great. But after this, we have the other side of the episode. Ichigo and Orihime making it to the door to Yhwach, and I like how Ichigo said straight up, "Gonna be 2-on-1. It's not fair, but we have to do it, and you're gonna be focused on defend. I entrust the defense to Orihime." And that got me so emotional. I actually got teared up when I saw Orihime so happy, shy and blushing. So much finally happening. Trusted to fight on his side. What she always wanted, to be there for him. Just I love that so much, and she more than did it during the fight, to say the least. And fuck you to all who said Orihime is useless, even outside of this, even in the original series. She's one of the best characters and a linchpin of this entire story, writing-wise, romance-wise, and for Ichigo's characters, and power-wise, because she has one of the strongest powers to reject reality, basically. But she's not a fighter. She doesn't use that power to fight, and so many characters rejected her help. Yamamoto, not wanting his arm to be restored out of pride and not wanting to owe favors to humans. Grimjaw also with his scar, but he got his arm restored. Like, Orihime helped so many people. Like, she's one of the strongest characters in the industry. But I'm getting so much sidetracked. So many people miss this with Bleach here. But them going in, and we have the welcome from Yhwach, my son of darkness, referring to Ichigo, which kind of technically, he is technically his father in a way, or great whatever great father, since Ichigo is part Quincy there, but also referring to Ichigo being a Shinigami, since they're associated with the color black there. And Ichigo, I really liked his slow walk, not going instantly for the attack, and we see it from Yhwach's point of view there, how much aura Ichigo had. Finally, his power being fully visible here. And remember the color black with Ichibe. That guy, while Yhwach is the main villain right now, and one of the main villains, I'm not gonna go down that road with Ichibe. We're probably gonna get there, I don't know, with the anime, the novels here, but Ichibe is goddamn one of the creepiest and scariest characters in this entire series. But here we're focused on Yhwach there, the slow walk and the confrontation between them, and I like how Ichigo just called, "You're not my father, you killed one of my parents," referring to his mother. She died when Yhwach used Ashvalan to get his powers there. That's why she wasn't able to fight back against Big Fisher here, if you guys remember. So yes, she died because of Yhwach there, and Ichigo with the Getsuga Tensho there. Then we have also on the other side, Uryu versus Hashwald continuing. Uryu gets the idea to attack in undefensible ways, that he's actually able to wound Haschwald, but there's more to the power of Haschwald, the balance, and his connection to Yuha here. And Haschwald as a character, because remember that episode with him and Busby, one of the best episodes in 1000-year Blood War arc. Please watch that that video I made there on that episode. It's such a good episode here, and it's gonna play a big role into the conflict between Uryu and Haschwald, which we're gonna have the preparation here for it. But back to Ichigo versus Yuha. He gets repelled by the power of the Soul King from Yuha here, Orihime being there to shield and protect him throughout the fight, and Yuha just pressing on the buttons there. Your mother achieved her purpose, and kind of revealing how he views people and those he claims to care about, the Quincy's, because he uses them as tools, as pawns. Anytime he needs new power, he's willing to die them, to kill them, to use them for his own goals there. He wants to have this new world created without death, but he forgets or rationalizes all of the things, atrocity he commits. Yeah, it's part of the deal, right? And let's say he creates this new world. What if sometimes he wants to do something else? Well, I need some more new power. How about I just absorb you guys and you get fucked for my goals here? So he's a giant hypocrite, to say the least. But that's what makes him interesting. In his view, he's the hero of this story, but in fact he's the villain here. He's able to slam Ichigo away and finally saying after this, shall we fight? Ichigo getting serious into this here, and Ichigo charging. It doesn't work out very well for him, and I like how Yuha saying, you know how many miracles it took to create you, take it slow, value your own life, but at the beginning of the fight, no, you're gonna die, I'm gonna absorb you. But here, this is why it's so good. Yuha, such a great character here, and then saying, expend all your power and die, and die here. And I was like, they're gonna die, the episode is gonna end, right? Where is the next episode? Where is the next episode? This episode was great for two reasons. Kisuke Urahara and Orihime, well, three if we add the conversation Yuha and Ichigo here, but this was just the beginning of the confrontation between them here. We have quite a few more things. Gerard is also left, but yeah, that's for next few episodes. Also, I'm curious if they're gonna end the episode with a 1 hour special or just a normal episode here, but so far I'm having so much fun with what we're getting here. The fight was great. Kisuke versus Askin, and the beginning of the fight with Yuha, Ichigo, and Orihime, and the dynamics between Uryu and Haschwald, because in a way they kind of have similar positions if you think about it. Uryu to Ichigo and Haschwald to Yuha there. So yeah, quite a lot of things into this episode, and I'm probably gonna do a rewatch. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. What do you think especially about Urahara's Bankai, and be prepared for everything, and Yuha being such a giant hypocrite, and of course Orihime stonks going up and up and up and up and up. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Bleach. I'm gonna be seeing you on the next one. Bye bye.